Oh, man. Pop, pop, pop. We live? Bow, bow, bow. Take that. Take that. My dad. Fuck. I'm high balls in here. What's going on?
What's up? What's up?
What's up? Something like that?
She went in hiding.
Oh, you got boobs out. I heard boobs are out. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll call you back. I'll call you back.
Yeah.
Woo! Never a dull moment. You can't be blowing snot rockets in my gym, motherfucker.
No, that was not. That was.
I'm up. Let's go, man. See that? You look crispy.
It's gotta be.
You look crispy as fuck. Shout out to my wife for the fucking lights, man.
Yeah. Good choice. Good choice.
Man. You know what?
No, that's perfect. I think like.
Hey, listen. We getting better, Jeff.
Always up.
Good morning, man.
What's up, brother?
Hey, listen. I remember last week I was kind of wet-mouthed.
Yeah.
Because of my aligners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm a little goofy. So I'm trying to fix my teeth.
All right.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. What's poppin'? What's going on? What's happening?
My shit, it's getting cold out here in Reno.
Hold on, man. Give me 1 second. Shit.
Cold out here in Reno.
Go for it.
Dank Daz, episode 11. Live.
Right.
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We're trying to get the Instagram growing a little bit better. We're still learning. It's like a daily grind that we're trying to grasp and understand and know how to do it correctly. So our Instagram will be live pretty soon once we kind of get our feet running on that and understand a little bit more and how to edit and shit like that. But yes, we are getting better,
Man.
each and every time.
Listen, you have no idea how much better. I'm
You
thankful.
get the volume on that?
Oh, fuck. I forgot. I can't hear shit for real. Probably get some copyright infringements, huh? They will mute the shit out of you. Believe me. They don't. Hey, listen. The networks don't play that shit.
Not at all.
Good morning, man. We the Dank Dash, man. What's poppin', Jeffrey?
Just living life, man. You know, can't complain. Just a chill week. A lot of good sports. Gearing up for my wife's birthday in a couple weeks.
Oh, you gearing up for that?
A little bit.
What are you gonna do?
Mm.
Is it a surprise?
It's not a surprise, but she doesn't know it yet. So,
Oh, okay.
so I can't say too much. I can't. But just gearing up for that. Trying to get that situated. She had a tough year, so I think she deserves it. So I'm gonna try to make it happen for her.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. You're Dank Dash. Bring that out.
Yeah, always. I got Lincoln involved.
Okay.
So he's helping me out.
That's gonna be a funny situation whenever Lincoln's involved.
Yeah, of course.
Hey.
And he's all about it. He's all excited. So.
He's gonna give it all away with a smile anyway.
He's been good with it though. Like Kaylin will be on the couch and he'll be like, "Dad, are we gonna like?" I'm like, "Hey, not right here. Wait till mom goes to the bedroom or something."
Listen. So my daughter gives everything away.
Funny.
She can't hold nothing back. Are we gonna do the thing now? You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it.
Yes, we are. Now we are.
Fuck.
Damn kids.
Kids, man.
No, but he's helping me out with it, and he's actually a big part of the process. So I need him, and he knows his role.
Okay.
Gray doesn't know. She'll split it.
She'll tell it?
Yeah, she'll tell it.
You think he can hold on to it?
Oh, he will. We've already been going strong for a while now. So
Okay.
we only got a couple more weeks. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Shout out to the Peterson.
We got it.
I think our interface is too far away, bro. I don't want to move too much because, shit could just fucking get out of hand. How did I get the crickets, too?
I don't know. How are you doing? Anything new with you?
Man, I am working on a new business. And so I've been trying to hustle, get some bread up. You know what I mean?
You want to touch on that business or
no? No. That's not what I want to put out there.
All right.
That's what's going to support Dank. That's the business that's going to get Jeffrey here full time. We're going to go. My dream is to have us doing podcasts every day. We'll do different podcasts.
Just different types, yeah.
Yep, all day long. Fully paid to do podcasts. Absolutely.
Pretty lit.
It's going to be fucking lit.
That'd be pretty
I'm going to make it happen. You heard me?
Yep, just,
That's all I'm saying, man.
Manifest. You got to think it.
Bingo.
See it.
Bingo. What happened this weekend in college football? Let's get right into the college football, bro. What happened?
I mean, you were kind of telling me last night. I'll let you start off on this. Do you think it's a better product than the NFL?
Listen, college football right now is so good. I have never seen kids execute plays the way I'm seeing kids execute plays right now. It's unreal. Listen, if you watch NFL football right now and you watch college football, it just looks overall, stadium, crowd, lit, everything just looks completely better. The way the athletes are playing, the way kids are executing plays. You got people on ESPN Game Day. What's the guy's name? I can't stand him. Hasselbeck, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about Raiders not knowing playbook. What the fuck? These are professional athletes. And these playbooks ain't but so big. And then you come in here this morning talking about some fucking Russell Westbrook, so he's running audibles. What the fuck did you tell me? Okay,
we'll save that for later. All
right.
When we get to the NFL.
Anyway, I'm just like, what the fuck? It just looks totally different.
But I mean, why? And the playbook in the NCAA is not as advanced as the NFL.
I don't know. They run a whole lot more schemes.
Well, but they're holding up pictures
kids run a
of
whole
SpongeBob.
Listen,
and the
it seems
motherfucker
awful
goes,
intricate.
Like, okay.
Do you know what the fuck the SpongeBob picture is? Do you know?
It's probably something real simple.
Oh my God, no.
No, not for the bigger schools, but no, it's of course it's they got that shit down to a science damn near.
I mean, it just looks great, and then you shoot right to fucking Tennessee gets rousted.
Yeah, and they're out, right?
Yeah.
3 losses.
They're so far out.
You know what kind of hurt? I was looking at Hooker's stats, and he was starting to ball out of Virginia Tech before he came to Tennessee. And he transferred because he saw, I'm sure he saw the way that programs were going, both of them. But I saw that, and I was like, damn, he was on Virginia Tech. Wow.
I just don't think Virginia Tech is what it used to be.
No, I know, but Hooker saw that. And
it's not the same.
But, yeah, no, so Tennessee's
Liberty,
out.
they fucking battled with Liberty yesterday?
Yeah, well, Liberty's beat them twice in the last 4 years.
I was just simply saying, fuck.
But they got like a 10-year contract. They're going to be playing each other for a while, which is good for Liberty.
They're right down the street. Not far from each other.
So what's interesting to me is what that shuffle in the top 10, the college football playoff. So all the top 4 won, right? So that's not moving. But next week is the last games, and 2 of the 4 play each other, Ohio State, Michigan. So is that going to kick one of them out automatically and give another one-loss team a chance?
I'm just hoping we get rid of Ohio State, to be honest with you. I can't stand Ohio State.
They both had close games yesterday.
They did. Michigan didn't look good at all.
No, and not going to be able to beat Ohio State with how they played
Oh,
yesterday.
Michigan's going to beat Ohio State, bro.
Not if they played like how they did yesterday.
Listen, that's one fucking day. But listen,
when
you say Michigan, Ohio State, they wake up. Okay?
Yeah, of course.
Their dead great-great-grandmothers get the fuck up and go to that game. It's real shit out there.
Right.
That's a whole nother type of war. And they were previewing it. And they were showing Charles Woodson fighting David Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I forgot about that shit. Like, yo, that's a real fucking rivalry. And I can't wait. But I think Michigan's going to beat them. I think that I think Harbaugh has really been a little bit on his Phil Jackson shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, He's really honed in. Like Phil Jackson, I thought was great because he always like. I don't think Phil Jackson could have went to like the Detroit Pistons and been as good as he was. I think he hones in on the essence of what's around him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he really, like he really. I watched this Harbaugh guy like really pull this thing together in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
When he was there first, he was like, damn, they gonna have to find one of their own homeboys.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
he's not afraid of trying new shit. When he first got over there, he was taking his whole training camp to Venice.
Listen,
he was going to Italy. They're like, that's what part of the recruiting plan was and shit like that.
Had me.
Yeah, fuck.
Had me.
And you got Jordan sponsoring you. I mean, that's
listen,
that's up there. So
Michigan is it, and
that's,
it's always
that
been
stadium though. That's what 110.
It's the loudest stadium I've been in my life.
So
I take that back. Florida State is the loudest stadium that I've played in. That's the loudest. Probably like 110.
That's crazy. Yeah, I think Tennessee has the biggest. It's like about 110.
And it looks monstrous in there too, though.
I bet, dude.
Scary.
And I wish the NFL cannot capture that ever, because the stadiums aren't as big, and there's a lot more chance of other fans being there, not just every college student that goes to that university. You know, like.
Well, I think it's what you have to understand about the college town is that it's both. College towns that, you know, especially towns like that, you know, even at Wake Forest, you know, you got people, droves of people that come in just because, you know, I went to Wake Forest and my son is going to Clemson now. So that's a family trip. So
Right.
That's kind of how college football is. It's like in every way, softball, basketball,
right.
You know, a lot of people like to travel around college football. There's not a lot of people who's like, yo, let's go watch fucking let's go watch the Jets and, you know, so in Buffalo play. You know, it's just kind of not like that in the NFL. So I think that they were smart to keep the stadium small, but some of these universities have 30,000 people alone.
Right.
You know what I mean? Purdue has 50. Those Big Ten schools have 60,000 kids. You got to think at any given Sunday, they're going to have, any given Saturday, they're going to have 20,000 people there, probably more.
Right.
Just from the school.
Yeah, just the school. It's kind of amazing though how they get hyped for that shit.
So you didn't see the TCU game?
I went back and I watched.
Did you see the play?
Yes, it was. They knew what they were doing. They lollygagged it and threw everybody out there and made and thankfully that kicker made that kick. It wasn't pretty.
Did you know what happened? He missed it. He missed something.
Oh damn! He didn't kick it with confidence.
Here's what happened. So this kicker gets in the kicker for TCU. It's a battle. Listen, when I say two teams yesterday played one of the greatest games that, you know, there are football games that I think that I have teammates that I played with over the years that every time I see them, they always say, man, when we were playing so-and-so and that happened, da-da-da-da. And I watched that game yesterday knowing that those guys are going to experience that moment in their lives. You know what I mean? Like, get an opportunity to really, like, have something to pass down to their kids, like a real war. And I can remember so many of them, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, watching them yesterday, these guys were so dialed into football. These young men so dialed in. And it was a rivalry. But at the same time, I'm not even a sportsmanship kind of dude, but they were like smacking each other and picking each other up. Like, let's get it, motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then they brought the kicker in. This guy was he was shaky.
It looked like it.
He was shaky, and they say he had real good range, but he was super shaky. So Dinks went off the goalpost. This coach for TCU is fucking a genius. The way he coached the whole game, the way he played that other coach, it was almost like you could see him setting them up with chess moves.
Mm.
And if you love football for real, I would listen. I rewatched it last night. Listen, he knew his shortcomings were as a coach. He knew that they were playing. Listen, Baylor was playing solely off of heart.
Yeah,
he knew it, and he knew he couldn't beat it. In that stadium last night, the Baylor Stadium, they were in the building, boy.
Yeah, hell yeah. They had number 5 team come in or number 4 team come in.
It was no fuckery in Baylor yesterday, dog. You had a 12th man, and that was that crowd yesterday.
Well, that spread, because Baylor has a losing record, and they just got fucked up by Kansas State, and TCU beat Texas.
6-2? 6-2?
No, I think they're worse than that. But the spread was only -2, which I thought was interesting.
Listen.
And they didn't even cover that shit. They won by 1.
Listen, dog. Listen. This shit was crazy. So the whole time, everybody thought these guys were going to win. Kick is shaky as fuck. Coach is coaching. They're down. They're down leading to the last 3 minutes of the game. These guys, maybe 4. These guys come back around.
Yeah, just comment. But Eric on YouTube.
All right.
Can't see it.
I wish I fucking could. I'm gonna get them though. They have like 4 minutes left. They're behind. They drive down. All he needs is a field goal. This guy lullabies them with some bullshit, dive. Couple runs. These guys just kind of trying to figure it out. Well, you know it. These guys run the ball. The running back goes down 3 yards. Everybody gets up like a chorus line. Whoop, pew, they take off the fucking field, dog. The defense is standing there like, yeah, okay, all right, what's going on? They bring the kick on. It's just like, boop. Listen, these guys, so my wife was like, why did he just call it? Why did the coach didn't call a timeout? I was like, because listen, they didn't have the proper personnel. If he had tried to get somebody off the field and call a timeout, get someone off the field, he could automatically snap the ball and have 12 men on the field.
Right.
Because they can't do substitution.
Right.
So this guy the Baylor coach totally just got a fucking brain fart, didn't know what was going on, and was in awe of what this motherfucker was doing, was watching it.
Well, what's funny is
he watched the whole thing like, oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah,
game's over. Yeah.
Usually that's not traditionally how it goes. Like timeout, fucking people out there, right? Set up for the field goal. They might ice the kicker, whatever might happen.
He knew he couldn't let him ice him.
They also knew, yeah. And
He knew he couldn't ice him.
Exactly, because he had already missed one.
He said, I cannot, but the fucking know and play it the way he played it was just phenomenal. He knew I couldn't put this young boy out here and ice him. Listen, I saw him talk to him. He was like, yo,
I want you to just get up there, take a step and go.
And thank you. Listen, I put it far enough for you.
Yeah.
Don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
Put that through the up. Can you do that?
Don't think, go kick.
Go kick. Boop, and he did that.
Yep.
And listen, the kid didn't even look up. He was like, yo, did you see the faces on the Baylor people?
It was dope.
The faces on the Baylor guys.
I've always liked TCU, so I'm glad that they.
I hope they go, man.
And
I hope they go.
With Georgia having a close game yesterday, Michigan having a close game yesterday, Ohio State only won by 13 points. I think the college football playoff could potentially be one of the more exciting ones that we are going to see in a while.
I pray that Dank Dads has sparked a new era in college football because me and Jeffrey have touched the fucking microphones and we're talking about you right now.
Now it's not going to be ran by SEC every goddamn year.
You're
welcome. Huh? You're welcome.
Damn it, Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
Dank Dad Sportscast. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Man.
We're trying to keep up with comments here a little bit. We're trying to get those situated. Eric is saying, big house is heaven on earth.
Amen.
And I'm sure Eric has been to a lot of college stadiums. I can pretty much guarantee that he's been to. He definitely knows the atmosphere and feels it. He has lived it many, many times.
Eric has been to soccer stadiums in Ireland and shit.
Yeah.
Eric is he's a real sports buff for real.
Yeah, and just a life.
Yeah.
Dude just on the move constantly.
Let me tell you about this guy, Eric, man. This is a guy who truly lives by the beat of his own drum, man. He's one of the happiest men I've ever seen. He comes, his knowledge of sports and history.
And what's funny is like people say like, "Oh, I'm gonna go on this vacation and all this." No, Eric really goes.
Eric
really goes.
Dog. Like,
he really goes.
He'd be like, I'm gonna go to Spain. I'm gonna go to France to the Champs-Élysées.
Dude, just constantly on the move.
Yeah. And then listen, he's like, yo, I had this burger over there. He'll tell you about the food that he had. Listen, you'll live your trip through Eric, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's the man. I fuck with you. Hey, yo, thanks for supporting the Dank, bro. Yo, I wonder, Notre Dame, man. I'm happy for Marcus Freeman.
Yeah, they're coming alive.
Right? Man, they went up like 37 points in like the first quarter. So I'm glad he's doing well. Georgia smashed.
It's 10-point game, 16-6.
Still, man, they
against a 4-5 Kentucky team or a 5-4 Kentucky team. I don't know. Within 10 points on any given. I know, but I'm just trying to.
Have you seen how deep they are?
They are really good. They're really good.
They got like 10 running backs.
So next week, Ohio State, Michigan, they have to play each other. So does that kick one of them out? So you're saying Michigan wins. So does that kick Ohio State out with the one loss? Because there's about 3 other teams with the one loss that are sitting outside. Clemson, USC, and that's it. Actually, I think can fill in those spots. LSU is 6th in the nation. And they have 2 losses. I don't think. So yeah, does Ohio State get kicked out of that top 4? Or the loser of that game?
I think the bigger question is probably strength of schedule as far as Ohio State is concerned. I don't think they've really played anybody, Jeff.
This is the biggest game of the year right here. So yeah.
And I don't think Michigan's really played nobody either.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just saying, like,
that conference is down, I think, in general. Penn State's good, but Wisconsin's not who they used to be. Nebraska's not that great. So Penn State was good to start the year. So
I thought Penn State was going to do it.
Yeah, I thought they were too.
And it's always good with Michigan and Penn State, and those 3 got it really popping. You know what I mean? Not even close. Not even close at all.
So I don't know. I mean, USC had a great game on the road last night against UCLA. Big rivalry, right? Caleb Williams, the quarterback for USC, 470 yards, 2 touchdowns. Come back from behind victory on the road. He is now, they're 10-1, USC. So, did they replace Ohio State? I don't know. It's tough. Clemson's at 10-1 at 9. They're sitting at 9 in the nation. They're 10-1. They're gonna jump up a lot. Tennessee lost.
Let me ask you this, because now I think we come to strength of schedule. I think it has to come at this point. In the season, it comes to strength of schedule.
Who's that then? That's not
USC.
It's not USC. No, it's Clemson, I guess. They're playing ACC schools at least. I know they've had a couple.
So they're 10-1. Clemson's 10-1.
LSU's sitting at number 6, and they're 9-2.
But listen,
strength of schedule, yeah, I get it in that, but
come on, bro. LSU has played some wars.
Yeah, but if there's a team who is in the top 10 that has one less loss, I think that they automatically should get that shit. It's all about your record. That's what it really comes. That's what they rank it off to begin with, and then it kind of changes based on strength of schedule and all that. But
I hate this shit
because at that point, Ohio State should just stay in their spot then if they lose.
I was just thinking that, and I didn't want to say that.
And that's lame.
Fuck, I didn't want to say that. Fuck.
That's lame to me.
I guess.
You just lost at the worst time. You should have lost week 1, not week. You know, so I don't know. It's tough, but
who do you want? Who do you want to see, Jeff?
I want to make sure TCU stays in there.
Amen.
They play Iowa State next week, so they should still in there. I'd rather see Michigan over Ohio State just because Ohio State is they're like Alabama to me, right? They're just always there.
Right. And not as good, just always there.
Yeah, just always
like
good.
Notre Dame used to be always fucking there.
I think it's like I've said for weeks, college football is better when USC is good. So I think if they're in there, are they realistic?
Can you imagine them playing Georgia in the first round?
I could see them
doing what to Georgia.
But what about TCU?
Listen, TCU. Listen, TCU got the biggest.
But USC TCU, that'd be a dope game.
Yeah, listen, we don't love everything that happened, right? But at the same time, I was in the prime time, and a reporter was asking prime time, hey, are you ready to play with Alabama? Right? He was like, hell no. He was like, yo, he said, one day when I get the beef up front, he was like, I can go to Alabama. He said, I ain't got the beef up front, which was a really good way of letting casual fans know that you need that.
Yeah.
So when you look at TCU, they got it. They ain't no punk bitches, bro. I'm telling you.
I've always liked their mascot and their colors.
I just like that. I like the scheme. I've always liked the schemes. Every coach has come through there has run some crazy schemes, and they really shake up some defenses, and I love it. Let's move on, boy. Let's do this shit. You want to talk about the UKC dog race or what? You want to go into that shit? Because I watched that yesterday, okay? But all right. So,
I think it's the AKC.
I thought it was UKC. You have a United, you have an American. You have a European, right?
I didn't know. Okay. Teaching me.
I thought it was UKC.
So then that's where you got the Greyhound from. Because I just looked at the AKC. That's what I looked at. So you'll have to tell me what you saw.
Okay. So there's this the UKC dog race, and they go by fastest dog overall. First of all, okay. So they find the fastest times and they race the fastest dog. So this year Greyhound was the winner, but this fucking Whippet. These Whippets look so.
Did you see how fast the Greyhound was going?
She was like 20-something miles an hour. Greyhound.
That's insane. And they just put like a little stuffed animal on a string?
Listen, yes. So what they have to do to the Whippets and the Greyhounds, they have to muzzle them because if they know that their mouths are open, they can catch that motherfucker no matter how fast they pull them that bitch. They're going to catch it.
So they have to close their mouth and make them less aerodynamic or whatever. I don't know.
Listen, it was like,
that's
we
sketchy,
don't do
dude.
that. They're going to catch it like them. Because you think it's so hard, pull it fast enough. He's like, no, they won't do anything.
That's insane.
Because they're really they're hunting dogs too. They're hounds. So I learned a lot about fucking all kinds of dogs. So they have the big race of the fastest dog.
Greyhound with 38 miles per hour for your wife.
38 miles.
So that's faster than the Whippet. Whippet was 34, 35. So,
okay, listen, 35 miles an hour on a fucking dog, bro.
38 to 35. Yeah, that's.
Man, listen. That's moving.
That is moving.
When you see, old boy, what's his name? Cheetah, the wide receiver, this motherfucker's running. He's running down the
22, 23.
It's that, right? This motherfucking dog.
So, it's just a straightaway on grass or turf or what?
Turf. And they say, listen, it's a baseball field. So they say that baseball field is the best. And I want to get into that. Have you heard about this turf shit? Let's get into that right after this. But anyway, so, this is the best for their paws and whatnot.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
There's got to be a lot of torn ACLs on these dogs over the years.
Hey, listen, the Greyhound, they had his ankles taped up and everything, dog. I shit you not.
Yeah, I believe it. 38 miles per hour.
So then they do the categories of dogs. So then they come out with the Basset Hound category. Yo.
Do you know the miles per hour on those?
No, I don't.
Come on. I'm giving it a solid 18.
No, if you have never seen a Basset Hound run as fast as it can, it's the funniest shit. Hey, listen, I was trying to take notes of college football yesterday, watching the games. I'm into the shit. Great day of college football, by the way. And I turned to this shit, and next thing you know, it's me and my family just standing in front of the TV watching these races, right? And we are going the fuck off.
Here it goes. That's hilarious. Especially because they incorporate other dog breeds, not just the fast ones. That's fun.
It's cool shit. So you get to see every dog race against pit bulls, race against pit bulls.
How far is the distance?
I mean, it's probably like maybe 60.
Okay.
Maybe a good 60. And I mean, that Whippet, you got to see that Whippet, man. I mean, it's the way their bodies are moving. It's some cool shit.
They just glide across the ground. Huh?
Yes, indeed, man. Shout out to that UKC shit, man.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, we the Dank Dash, man. You can catch us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
See, my dogs aren't. They're fast, but they're like freight train fast.
And they stop. You know, Scooby Doo always was fucking running this shit. He's got the big.
Yeah.
He got this fucking Great Danes.
Yeah. 2 big ass Great Danes. No, they can't stop very well. They can't. They're quick, but they got to get moving for a while to really get their momentum going. But then they got a lot of power behind them for sure.
I wanted to jump into some boxing right quick, bro, before we jump into the NFL.
You see that fight was announced?
Yeah.
Next year?
Sponte?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Garcia?
Yep. That's gonna be a good fight. And I guess Gervonta's no longer with Floyd Mayweather anymore. Gervonta is going to fight a tune-up fight in DC before he fights Garcia, and I guess him and Floyd are on the outs.
Is that bad for him or good for him, in your opinion?
Well, I think that boxing is going to fall off from being traditional boxing, considering what the Logan Pauls and Jake Pauls are doing in boxing right now. I think even so with look at Patreon. I think that those guys are Patreon guys, right? We here on Dank, we aspire to be on Patreon one day. Right? And Patreon is where you get paid to do your YouTube. And so Jake Paul's taking that blueprint from the internet and saying, listen, guys, we don't need them. We don't need the Bob Arums. We don't need Al Heyman.
Right.
We can fucking do this on our own. Even with podcasting, I think that when I see everybody getting canceled now and taking this person off of this and that, you can't stop a motherfucker on a podcast.
Oh, really?
You can't tell me I just can't be on your platform or create my own platform or just whatever the fuck. You can't tell me that.
Yeah.
So I think this is the younger generation bringing in a new era of how we're going to start to watch combat sports. Totally.
I agree with what you said last week, to where you think they need a commissioner. I think that's a businessman that knows how to put up the good fights and constantly, like.
I mean, I saw I went to the Pacquiao Floyd fight. I went. I saw the fight. Very close, by the way. And I got my ticket from Floyd Mayweather. And yeah, it was like, man, it was cool. I could have stayed and hit the tables, man. Heard about that shit. It wasn't that great. You know what I mean? They were old.
Yeah.
And I want to see Gervonta fight Devin Haney. He's 28 years old. Gervonta is. And it just seems like in boxing, it just takes so long. It takes so much of your life. By the time we really get a chance to see what we want to see, these guys are 33, 34 years old. Like, I don't want to fucking see that shit.
Well, and I think what UFC does differently a little bit is the fighters don't have as much say in the fight contract, meaning the boxers are controlling it on their end, like almost a lot. Like, they will not sign unless their terms and conditions are met to their exact thing. UFC, I think there's a cap on that. Dana White makes it to where you cannot make your own contract, basically, other than like the outside the McGregors and stuff like that. But as far as the boxing, they're in control of their contract.
Well, I think
far more.
I think with UFC, and I don't think I know, but the UFC it's sort of an NFL rookie contract type thing.
Right. Well, in the UFC, they sign you to a fight, like a fight contract. Like, you need to give me 4 fights before your contract. Right. So it makes a guy sign.
Some of those 4 fights take.
It makes a guy sign, though.
Right.
Versus boxing, I can pick and choose forever.
But also, too, with the UFC, they're going to tell you have 4 fights. It'll be November. It'll be
right.
You won't just sit out there for 1,000 days.
Right.
They're going to make sure that they get everybody is going to eat on their roster.
Right. And if you are betting in yourself, you want to get through those fights so you can sign the next contract.
Right. So yeah. So and then you can make your terms.
Right. So boxing is not like that. If the guy doesn't want to sign, there's no consequence.
Well, yeah, there's consequences because you have your belt federations that'll put sanctions and fines on them, so they have to fight at some point in time, or they have to relinquish the belts. So if they have a belt,
Right.
But if you want to sit out there and just be broke as fuck, then that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I just think that a lot of this shit is first quarter. A lot of this is first quarter. People, just waiting on the first quarter money to come in and then be able to pay all these guys what they truly want and, really gearing up for next year. But yes, we do have that fight. I still don't know what day we're going to have Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. I don't know we're going to have that. But Devin the Dream Haney's going to fight Lomachenko, which I don't think is much of a fucking fight at all. He's going to kill Lomachenko. But other than that, that's boxing, man. I really wanted to jump in and make sure that we all know that they did have an announcement for boxing because I am a huge boxing fan.
What's your early prediction on that?
On which one?
That Garcia and Davis.
Gervonta Davis is going to knock this kid out.
All right.
And listen, this kid ain't no fucking slouch. Don't get me wrong.
I would say the speed goes to Garcia and the power goes.
I wouldn't say that either.
I mean, they both are fast and both got speed, or both got power.
Gervonta Davis has yet to fight his best fight. He's not going to get it from him. He ain't gonna get it from this boy. I'm just telling. Listen. I love boxing. I love boxing so much because growing up for me, a fight was the final decision of everything. Mm-hmm. So when I was growing up, if you had a problem in a household, and I just had a cousin call me, so I hope that everything is okay. But if you had a problem in our household, we put some things on, and we would just see, right? And so my cousin just called me. His name is Fred. I've never beat him in a fight in my life. My best cousin in the whole wide world. I probably fought him about 7 times.
Is he older?
Yeah, but not like that though. I'm not gonna blame. Listen, the boy can fight. I fought a lot of people. A bunch of motherfuckers. He can fight. And so just imagine what it's like to grow up and know that this boy beat you. It's hard. It sucks. And boxing is like that, man. Just some people got it. And Gervonta Davis is one of those guys, man. He downloads the whole fight. He plays around. He learns shit. He's a weirdo. Just like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was like that, too. Mike Tyson would just bob around and try to figure it out. He'd come out and go, bop, it's over. And Gervonta Davis, listen, the way he hit that kid, God, I forget the kid's name, but I thought he killed the motherfucker. Because the kid was coming down into the punch, trying to duck down, and he caught it. Wow. Yeah, not even close. Anyway.
Do you think Lennox Lewis gets the love that he deserves?
No, he doesn't.
In the boxing community, does he?
He's the greatest. He's probably the greatest heavyweight of all time.
He knocked out Mike Tyson. A lot of people don't fucking bring that up or talk about that shit.
I think because he didn't fight Holyfield.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the big fight back then. He's supposed to walk into Holyfield. They had so many things, so many issues and problems. They thought he was ducking him, and it just Riddick Bowe popped. Was it Riddick Bowe? Yeah, Riddick Bowe popped up, and then it's.
I just can't imagine if you're a heavyweight, you all have to weigh in at the same weight for the most part. You don't?
No.
Not for the heavyweight?
For what?
Well, for the other divisions, don't you got to weigh in?
I don't think you'd be over 265.
Okay, well, either way, being at the top of your game with the people you're fighting against, all pretty much look like you for the most part,
right? As
far as size wise, you'd be ducking somebody. I just don't understand. Like,
I'm just saying, we didn't know. And two, like, it's such a crooked sport. It's run by fucking crooks.
Yeah.
Listen, boxing is still the only sport that's run by pimps and old gangsters. It's unreal.
Yeah.
I hate to say this, guys, but boxing is run by pimps and fucking gangsters. Bottom line.
Always has been.
And that's it. It's corrupt as hell.
Yeah, and that's hard to keep up with to make it like with the other professional sports to be able
Yes,
to stay
that's
up
why
with
it's so
the upper
fucking
echelon.
rudimentary
Yeah.
and remedial. These fucking guys are gangsters, and that's what they doing. They fuck you. You sit over there till I tell you you're gonna fight, motherfucker. When I say you're gonna do it, Floyd Mayweather's getting in and talking about the Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence fight ain't gonna happen no time soon. I'll let y'all know. What the fuck do you have to do with this, man? I'm a part of the PBC.
So fucking much money involved.
If it's Al Heyman business, it's my business. And I said, what kind of ghetto bullshit is this? So yes, that's why boxing's going to fall. UFC's number one. Matter of fact, UFC didn't have a fucking headline fight last night.
Yeah, they did some fights, but they didn't. I guess
We ain't gonna talk about those people on a fight night. Not on day dad. This is prime real estate. This is heavy bike over here.
Yeah. Pay-per-view only.
Goddamn amateur.
Pay-per-view only. Unless you're in the NFL or NBA.
Let's get into the NFL. Let's go. Where you going to the NFL?
Let's wait on that just for a second.
Okay.
Let's get the little ones out the way.
I ain't like how you gave me the head nod. Like, let's wait on that. So who the fuck you think you're nodding your head?
Floyd Mayweather, right?
Okay. Let's go.
I mean, there's not much to touch on the NBA. Lakers are 4-10.
You getting better every week.
So they're still struggling. Luka's looking like the front runner MVP right now.
You went to NBA on me?
Yep.
What? I thought I write this show.
I don't know. I'm just going.
You just took off on me?
Kind of.
Let's get into it, though, because I wanted to say something about it, too. Go ahead. I think Jayon his free throw shoot is terrible. We'll go there.
Most big men are, you know.
No, come on, dog. I will start that shit.
I know. I've always agreed that if you're in the NBA, everyone should be good at those.
Go back where were you starting?
I was Luka looking like the front runner MVP right now, based on all the stats. Averaging the most, almost 35 points a game, plus probably about 7 rebounds, 7 assists. No one else's numbers are like that. Lakers are 4-10.
That's right. Way to go for our 4, boy. We got 4. You see Anthony Davis playing like a savage, boy. And he got a play center.
Yep. Did you see Dwight Howard's numbers in Taiwan last night? His debut? Right. Oh, my goodness. It was video game numbers.
Come on.
It was funny. He was dunking all over.
He should be in the NBA, bro.
He should be.
He should be in the NBA.
He got snubbed off that list.
They did the same. Yes, he did. Yeah. Top 75 is what it was?
Yeah, top 75.
Yeah. Listen, they did the same shit to Allen Iverson, though. It broke my heart. See, Allen Iverson in Mexico.
Yeah.
The last season he played, he was still averaging like 26 points. That's a whole nother topic and a whole nother fucking podcast. I don't want to get.
But Boston's leading the way with the best record, 13-3. Their guys are their window for a championship is definitely open. They've had enough years together with Tatum and Marcus Smart. And they're really putting it together.
Are you cold?
I'm comfortable.
Okay, I'm with you. Share my heater.
Bucks 11-4, Utah 12-6.
Like some Bucks.
Yeah, they
fucking Giannis, man. It was like 7. He was like 6 for 12 on the free throw line.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, yo, come on, man. And then he does all the shit. Like he gets out there. Now you got the Philly fans. They are screaming his head off, dog. Like they are. Listen, they did it. They were 6-man for sure. Because dog, they're in front of them, you know, and you got a gang of rich motherfuckers losing their mind right in front. That's the rich section right there,
right.
Under that basket in Philly, right? Giannis is out without the ball. He ain't got the ball. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude doing? And he does all that, and he's like,
just to be 50%, huh?
Come on, man.
And I wonder if he's just working his ass off so goddamn hard in the game to where he comes to a stop to shoot. It's just fucking gassed I've never understood why NBA players aren't consistently making free throws all the time. And is it a stamina thing? Is it like the open shot that they can take their time on? Fuck with them. I don't understand. When like Steph's free free throws insane, right? He's sitting at a 90 clip for his career. But he can chuck it from half court, no fucking problem. Right? Then it's so weird to me.
Bro,
free throws is what I'm best at in basketball. Like if someone were to say you have,
that's what I'm best at, okay?
$100,000 for a 3-pointer or $50,000 for a free throw, or $10,000, I'm hitting that.
Hey, listen, you know not to bet on your boy.
No,
you know, terrible. Now listen, my wife will smash you, Jeff.
We'll see how.
Listen. My wife got the record at the fucking casino arcade right here in town. She's a champion. Don't laugh at my wife.
Of the arcade
Atlantis.
game?
Yeah, the Atlantis.
Okay. Is she like?
She owns it.
Is it like swishes or bank shots?
It's all that shit. It's all that. It's in there.
Go super quick.
Okay. All right.
That's dope.
Right. There'll be a Dank Dad tournament. There will be a Dank Dad tournament. My wife against
live
Jeffrey.
At the arcade with Coconut Bowl next Sunday.
Against Jeffrey. 1 month, $200. Pays for the other family to eat food. That's where we're going. $200 budget. My wife whoops your ass in the Atlantis.
Oh, she just automatically get home court? We got to go somewhere neutral.
Wait, okay.
We got to go somewhere neutral.
What's the new casino called down the street? What's the new casino? Legends Bay?
Yeah. They got arcades.
Okay. I'm going to go in there and find that machine. You and my wife, $200 family deal. And the other family got to sit there while we talk shit to the other family while we eat food.
At the buffet.
I'm talking. There'll be no goddamn buffet. We're going to BJ's. Bazookies for everybody. Yeah. Whoop your ass, boy. Anyway, go ahead.
No, continue. What you saw? You said earlier, Kyrie apologized.
Yeah, apologize. Yeah, I mean, listen. I'm tired. I don't have time for fucking dumb shit, man. I don't. I mean, look, this whole show thing, right? This what we do for a podcast. There's a lot of things that I do for my friends, for you. There's a lot of things that I do that I know that I'm responsible for that need to be done. See potential in your friends when they have talent. So when I look at a team, you don't fuck around and mess with what we have. I think that the Brooklyn Nets are a good team. I just think if you tainted the water so bad at this point that it's hard to come together.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you see what Durant said? Like, he was pissed off at the media asking, why are you guys not winning? Well, he's like, but he named everyone on the starting lineup. And it was like, what do you expect? Just because we got me out there, I'm supposed to just win every time? But we got this guy, and said names.
And I just don't think, I don't think that whole thing together. I think that when you get to that point, there's nothing there. That's like if me and you have an argument off of this thing, there's nothing me and you can't fix outside of here. But when we get on here, and I'm sitting there, he's like, and then, first of all, the phone call we had, just wait a minute. It's over for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's done.
Yeah.
As men. When you do what he did,
it's fucked up.
That's how I know that Kevin Durant is not a leader. He is one of the greatest players to ever play basketball, but you don't do that. You don't get the men that way. You don't call men out like that, bro.
No.
And you don't have a team like that. Listen, the worst thing you can do in life is embarrass a man.
And I mean, you could argue he wouldn't have a championship without Steph. So, I mean, for him to come out and be like that, he is one of the greatest scorers of all time. But
I don't want to see him go back to the Golden State Warriors. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no. I don't think the Warriors would let that happen.
But they keep talking about that fucking shit, and I'm just like, damn, I don't want to see him do that because he's not.
Warriors are struggling.
It doesn't matter.
They lost.
Listen.
9 straight road games.
One thing about the Warriors to me, and I'm not a Warriors fan. I can't stand the fucking Warriors.
As a Lakers fan, that makes sense.
Charles Tobert. They have a certain level of social consciousness that goes very well with NBA. It's not overbearing.
Right.
The coach is positive about the world. They have a coach has a worldly view. That's their right or left. Right. Hey, let's get it right.
Right.
And I think that team has that whole sentiment. So it's a different vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
They get in the fights. I'm sure those fights are about basketball probably. Well, who knows what those fights are about, right? But at the same time, somebody just caught that on tape.
Yeah.
That got worse because it was caught on tape.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think that he fits into the dynamic of the Warriors in any way.
No.
And I don't know. I think KD's entire career is going to be tarnished. I truly believe that.
Just by the bunch of bullshit in the background, kind of like
the
weird comments.
Yeah, and the fact that he just won't brush his nappy ass hair either. I mean, all these fucking years in the NBA, bro, this motherfucker won't brush his fucking hair. It just annoys me. I've never seen anybody with beat your head in this motherfucker. With all that money, you have a brush, boy. I love you, man. Brush your fucking hair. It should be that beady, bro. I'm looking at you, Katie. I'm talking right to you. You got brushes, grease.
I'm not asking for much.
Let's move on.
Before we get into NFL, I want to touch on this World Cup that's about to start. Kicks off today. World Cup is, for the person that doesn't know, is like the Olympics of soccer, basically, right? So you have to, if you are a professional soccer player playing in the United States, in Spain, in Germany, wherever you're playing, wherever your league is, you get the opportunity to play for the World Cup. You go to your country of your citizenship and you play for that country. Okay. So you can't be a French guy playing for Brazil, right? You have to be from that country. So it's a big time. It's a lot of heart involved.
All right. I want to interpret for my black brothers and sisters. Can I do that real quick?
Go for it.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of white folks playing soccer overseas in Europe and whatnot. Who's ever the best?
That's not
That's
true.
What they're going to do is a tournament, and they're going to see whoever's the best.
You consider Brazil a bunch of white folk? Because they got the most World Cups.
Okay. Jeffrey has a point. Here I go.
Back to my people. The white people probably are on the low end of this.
Okay.
Of soccer. As far as, I mean.
You ready? Can I go interpret to my people?
Yeah.
All right. It's just a bunch of people that care about soccer overseas, you know what I'm saying? They have a tournament to see who's the best all around the world. Who's the best soccer team, you know what I'm saying? It's called the World Cup. FIFA is what they call it. I didn't know. I had to ask Jeffrey because I never played FIFA, the game. So Jeffrey told me that. So if you play FIFA, that's just a bunch of people from Europe. They want to see who's the best all around. And hopefully, yeah.
It's not much people from Europe. You're interpreting it wrong.
Okay.
Brazil has the most World Cups.
All around the world, Jeffrey. Why you consider Brazil?
Because they have the most World Cups. That's not Europe. So it's not just in Europe. A bunch of people in Europe want to play all around the world.
Yeah, okay.
It's the big time for soccer.
Who's ever the best in the world at soccer?
Yes.
Is exactly. What it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Jeffrey went through all the other shit. Whoever the best in the world is soccer. I'm going to get into it.
It's big.
Listen, Jeffrey has told me that we're wearing jerseys. We're getting jerseys made, real USA jerseys.
United States has never won a World Cup.
We've never won.
No, does that make sense to you, or like this, or not? Like as far as like, can you see? No, like as far as like,
why the fuck we didn't win one? We the United States. What do you mean?
Like, because soccer's not that big here.
Listen, if Donald Trump becomes president, bro, we can win some soccer, dog. You know what I'm saying? Only in America, huh? Donald was like, "What's happening?"
But this USA team is supposed to be one of the better ones we've ever had. They only do the World Cup every 4 years.
Well, first of all, I don't believe that because we never won one. It's the best one we've had. I think
they got to hold on to something.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
This is the best one.
The only thing I can say that would be true is every 4 years the athlete is just that much better. So I think maybe that's why.
Oh, so it's every 4 years, just like
every 4 years. Yeah. So it's big. It's pretty big.
Who am I looking at?
It's in groups. So it's how it works is they put each country in groups.
Cristiano out there?
Yeah, probably. And Messi, all them. He'll be Cristiano. He's Spain. I think he's from
Portugal.
Oh yeah, you're right. Portugal is right. So Messi will be Argentina.
Okay, that's all I know. My boy Christy, my guy.
You know Neymar,
the brother.
He's from Brazil.
Is he a brother?
Brazilian.
Is he black or what? You could say
he's dark skin. I wouldn't. Are Brazilians?
He's the brother.
Are Brazilians black? I don't.
Does he brush his hair?
He's got a lot of money.
All right, cool.
He's taking care of all those top guys.
He's smooth with his shit.
Yeah. Cool. Neymar's for sure. So they put these countries in groups. Groups of 4. Okay. Top 2 teams move on.
Region.
Yeah. It's like Group A, Group B, Group C.
Okay.
But the region, like, it's not really broken down into regions. It's broken down into like seeding almost.
Who's our guy? Who's our dude?
It's like a lotto.
We got a dude. We got a
I
Michael.
don't know.
We got a Kobe.
I got to look into that. I'm sure we do, but I don't know if we got a Kobe, but I'm gonna look into that and check that out and see who's the guy.
Okay.
Yeah. But the top 2 out of each group stage make it onto a knockout 16, final 16, and it's a single elimination after that point.
Okay.
In our group, we have England, who's a powerhouse as far as when it comes to soccer.
Is that Beckham's old neighborhood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wales, who is probably lower than the United States. Iran, who has a lot of pride. Their soccer team's not. I think their soccer team's better than Wales.
Okay.
Iran though, their country is going through it heavy right now, like heavy. So I'm kind of curious on what kind of energy they're bringing to this World Cup.
Come on, man, they gonna come with it
because they're going through some shit right now.
You ever seen the Iron Sheik?
Bad ones.
You ever seen the Iron Sheik? Wrestling?
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. Iran gonna be good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, top 2 teams.
Step up.
So ranking that group stage, probably England at 1, USA at 2,
okay,
Iran 3, Wales 4. Iran is a sleeper in that, I think. They could really show something. But then the top 2 teams based on points, because each, like, if you win, it's a point. If you tie, or if you win, it's like 3 points. If you tie, it's 1 point. So at the end of 3 games, they'll see the top 2 and then move on to a knockout stage.
If you lose, are you out?
Not in the group stage. You have 3 games in the group stage. You play everybody in your group 1 time. If you win, you get 3 points. If you tie, you get 1 point. So out of the end of the 3 games, whoever has the top 2 points will move on to the knockout stage, and then it's single elimination from there. Italy, they got 4. They're second in all-time World Cups to Brazil. Brazil's the only one that.
Okay, Italy got a brother. Italy got the brother.
Yeah.
All right.
So that'll be exciting. So first games today, I can't remember what the 2 countries were playing today, but USA plays tomorrow. And let's see here. They play tomorrow at 11 a.m. against Wales.
Okay.
So their first game's tomorrow. United States is a plus 145 underdog.
Ooh.
So they're underdog in that matchup. Interesting. England minus 300 over Iran. Damn.
We have no predictions at all. Okay.
0.
No predictions whatsoever.
USA, that's the one I'll default to.
At all. There'll be no predictions.
And I'm calling the Iran upset over England tomorrow.
Oh.
Iran upset over England tomorrow. Dank Dad said it first.
Iran
upset
over England?
It's just something bold.
Fuck it. That's what it is.
It's at 5 a.m. We'll wake up and already know.
All right,
yeah, let's get into this NFL. So last week.
Take me there.
By
the way, we're the Dank Dad guys. You can catch us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all media social media platforms.
Last week we lost different games from each other, but we both went 7-5.
All right,
so we both went positive. One point positive. That Buffalo Minnesota game, off the chain.
Should we go in
that
there?
Shit was crazy. That was amazing. That game was so back and forth. And then Minnesota couldn't punch it in, so the Bills had the ball at the 1-yard line going back the other way, and they fucking fumble it for Minnesota touchdown. Oh, that shit was nuts. And it goes to overtime. Justin Jefferson goes nuclear. The dude is off the chain. That was the game of the year so far.
Diggs though. Diggs is balling.
Diggs has been balling for years too.
Diggs is balling.
Diggs is not messing around on that. Diggs is dope. But so what else? The Niners had a big win last week. Your Green Bay Packers got on the win column again, beating the Cowboys.
And then we lost Thursday.
And then he lost Thursday to Derrick Henry throwing touchdown passes. It's always never fun.
Listen, I can't quite understand what the problem is stopping Derrick Henry. I don't know what the problem is.
Like he should be stopped more?
Listen, dog. There's no way that you're going to tell me that you're just going to run the ball and you're going to just let this dude fall for another 2 yards every time. He runs for 2, falls for 2. Every fucking time. I just don't know what we have to do to stop this dude from getting 4 yards to carry every fucking time. He runs for 2 yards, and then all of a sudden he falls for another 2 yards, stretches his long ass body out.
What's crazy is, get him out in the open field, field, he has a lot of speed that he's underrated on, that people don't really think about. I don't know. He knows how to run. The big ass dude.
Listen. Linebackers, I have a problem with linebackers today. It's just not the same as it used to be. It's not. Listen, Ray Lewis used to fold Eddie George the fuck up. And let me tell you something. Derrick Henry ain't no Eddie George.
Well, I think too, though.
He's not even close to Eddie George.
I think too is it's not the same game. Linebackers got to be so much faster nowadays, and they have to cover so much more now than the traditional run up the fucking middle linebacker on running back, smack them fucking football. It's not. They got to be. They're more hybrid nowadays than true run stoppers. Your true run stoppers are you got to rely heavily on your defensive tackles nowadays for your heavy run stoppers. Linebackers, there's not that true meet you right in the middle.
They're not getting it
done.
On
helmet.
They're not getting it done. But it's everybody. It's every team.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost obsolete now. Like there's never. They need to be faster. They need to be more hybrid to be able to cover. And just because the offense is changing so much, there's not that. Derrick Henry's the only run up the middle, put your head down kind of running back nowadays.
This guy just runs down the field and he falls for 2 yards every time. How fucking? And then they take so much time of possession from you. You can't compete.
Oh yeah, if they hold on to the ball.
Hey, listen, they drain the dog shit out the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers is fucking upset. He's frustrated. He got the rookie off. The rookie's doing well, right? But at the end of the day, the whole team is not firing off.
What's crazy too is that Watson kid for Green Bay.
The rookie, yeah.
He now leads all rookies in touchdowns when a week and a half ago he had 0. That's insane. He's going off. Going off.
And I'm hoping that I was thinking blow the whole team up last week. Like let's just go ahead and pack it in. No pun intended.
Wow.
But yeah, I thought it was over for us. I thought it was fucking over for us. And it is. I don't think we can't do shit.
Might be eliminated already.
Oh, we're done. Yeah, when I see Aaron Rodgers act that way in the game, we're done. I've never seen emotion. The first time I've seen emotion for Aaron Rodgers. That's how I knew he was fucked at that point. Okay.
Philly had a tough loss last week on Monday night.
Yeah.
It was Heineke played his ass off. Did you see that game?
I think that Philly
looks a little weird.
Philly DC is always going to be
the division game.
Yeah.
Division games are always tough. I don't care what the records say, but
that's always going to be a tough game. Like, and that's a toss up.
Justin Fields is playing his ass off.
Yeah,
going insane back-to-back weeks.
I don't think that's going to work.
Not long term, I don't think.
No,
but
hell no. So people keep trying to make this guy something. It's not. You can't.
His numbers over the last 2 weeks, though, 3 weeks really, have been why they're saying that.
Passing yards?
Not necessarily passing yards, but efficient. He's been efficient with his passing.
You can't fake football, bro.
Yeah, so you got a good point.
You can't fake being a quarterback, bro. And I think that's what. And here's the crazy thing too. Like these motherfuckers here are trying. Like watch ESPN, they trying to sell him too. Like they really trying to sell this kid. I'm like, yo, you guys know this guy's not the dude.
Yeah.
At all. Like he's just not the guy, man. So I'm not buying into Justin Fields at all.
How do you feel about if you heard this, Russell Wilson getting Seahawks and Broncos audibles mixed up and yelling them out into the game? When I first heard this, my buddy Ian told me this. When I first heard this, I was just like, no fucking way. It's impossible. It's impossible, right?
I truly believe that Ian knows that.
Yes. And
I believe
I was like,
Ian knows.
in my own head, I was like, there's no fucking way that could happen. Like, really, this Russell Wilson was known for giving out fucking tests to his wide receivers in Seattle to make sure they were reading the playbook, right? He was known as a smart quarterback.
I wish the motherfucker would give me a test. Get shit the fuck out of my face, fool. I'm a
No,
professional, boy.
you have to reach his manager to talk to him like the players. The only wide receivers have to reach his manager in order to talk to him. But anyways, so what do you think those wide receivers on the fucking field are like looking at this fucking guy like, do I just run my original play then? Because I don't know what fucking clam chowder is. I don't know that audible. All right.
I fuck with Ian hard, bro, but I have a problem believing that that's really happening. Now I believe that Ian heard that, but I have a problem.
But I looked it up and they said it was happening, right? But I still have a hard time believing. Like, that makes me think, like, okay, he fucked up one time in practice and the media just ran with it and said that's what he's doing all the time. Like, that's what I kind of go to in my head, like maybe a small slip up. But I can't imagine this motherfucker's out in the fucking game yelling Seahawk audibles and his receivers it'd be chaos. They would not know what the fuck. They would have to run the original play, I'm guessing, right?
Now we're back to the Kobe Bryant, Russell Wilson pretend bullshit.
And he's paid like $145 million.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's the same guy doing high knees on the plane and all this bullshit. And you calling out other audibles. I just don't buy into. I don't buy into none of the fucking shit these motherfuckers sell us. Yes, he probably is. If he's doing this is terrible. He needs to sit the fuck down. This is what he's doing.
He needs to be cut. I don't know.
It's over. It's done. If that's what you're doing.
The interesting thing though too is the Broncos would be 8-1 if they scored 18 points in every game this year. They'd be 8-1. 18 points is all they need to score, and they're sitting at 3-5, 3-6 right now. That's crazy.
I really think that football has caught up with him. He does not look.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And even last year, you could have said that. He didn't look too good last year, but you're making $145 million and you're yelling out a team that you were on last year's audibles.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
Let me ask you a question. Right? Let's say you up for a $145 million contract. And let's say before you get that contract, you are training and you just know that you don't have it the way you used to have it. Right? You know that.
Mm-hmm.
You still.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And you deal with the consequences later.
That's what's happening.
And then he's like, I'm gonna fucking do high knees in the airplane and make it look like I care about this 145.
That's exactly what's happening here.
I feel bad for my buddy Ian because they got that motherfucker for like another 4 years.
Jeffrey, what you just said is exactly what's happening.
And I refuse to believe it for so long, dude.
He's trying to paint this thing as like, I'm this perfectionist.
He's doing fake like plays out in the field and shit.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you.
Cornball.
I don't want to call him a cornball. I don't want to call him that because I know that I know one thing is very frustrating in sports when you can't figure it out.
Well, now
when you can't figure it out, he's trying everything he can.
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago, 3 years ago, all considered elite. Right? Their entire careers considered elite. And now all of a sudden, all of them are not. In the exact same fucking year. Last year, Aaron Rodgers won an MVP. Tom Brady's numbers last year were out of this world too. And now all of a sudden, all three of them are just withering away in the wind. And it's very confusing to me because this is the football that I grew up knowing, right? Like, these are the all-time greats of my generation. And now all of us, and I love greatness. I love greatness in all sports. And now that they're not great, it's hard for me to wrap my fucking head around that an elite quarterback that I thought was elite is yelling out the wrong fucking plays and of a past team. That just is, it's hard for my head to, I don't know. It's weird to me.
I don't know. I think Tom Brady is, I think it's a personnel issue, Tom Brady. I think it's a personnel issue for Aaron Rodgers.
Not so much Tom Brady as much Aaron Rodgers though. Tom Brady's got a lot of weapons still.
I don't think. I think Tom Brady has found a level where he can play. He can play football at. I think that Tom Brady. I think he knows when he can sit in the game of football. You know what I mean? Like he chose that situation and made that situation what he wanted it to be. And so I think that what he created down there, what they know, the direction, like you really have you have a franchise guy. So when he comes in, they cater the whole kit and caboodle to him. I don't think they so much as did that with Russell Westbrook. I think that a lot of Russell Wilson. I think a lot of times what they do in places like that are they're really trying to get fans in there. The biggest thing is selling tickets.
Right.
And so they chose that as a ticket seller. I think that Aaron Rodgers needs more time with his team, spend more time with his wide receivers. I think that I think that Wilson has just lost the step.
Definitely, you can see it on.
Yeah. And when I look at Aaron Rodgers, I still see this. I see the same ball.
Right.
When I see Brady, I don't see much of a fall off with the ball. But this guy, there's a lot that's just not there that used to be. And I'm like, damn, this dude doesn't look really good at all. And I think that he knew before he signed that contract, I'm not the dude that I used to be at all. But I need that bag. And you're right. You shook your head. I was like, fuck, yeah. He went and got it. And that's where we at with that. But,
yeah.
No.
All right, well, let's get into these picks. We got Chicago at.
Did we go to Justin Jeffrey's catch, though?
Let's talk about it when we get to the Chicago at Atlanta. Chicago had a tough loss last week.
Taking Atlanta.
ATL?
Yeah.
I'm going to take them too. I think.
I'm taking Atlanta for sure.
So, yeah, this is a game. Cleveland at Buffalo. So, they're supposed to be in Buffalo, right? And they got crazy amount of snow, like stupid amount of snow. So, they moved it.
Like 4 inches every. So, they moved to Buffalo?
No, they moved. They moved it to Detroit. Okay. So, now they're playing indoors in Detroit.
Oh.
Which kind of confuses me because they have no problem playing in the snow before. Allen is hurt. Let's give our big money-making team this year a chance at an indoor game. It seems a little like, okay. Would they have done that for the Jaguars in Cleveland? I don't know. Like if it was snowing in Cleveland. It makes you think, because last year, the Colts
every week, Vegas conspiracy every week. I swear.
Yeah, well,
it's like clockwork, bro.
That shit, there's too much money involved for that shit not to be manipulated. So, one way or another.
Hold on.
They played last year or 2 years ago. Indy came to Buffalo, and it was a fucking crazy ass snow game. It's not ever stopped them before.
They were getting 4 inches every hour.
I know. I saw the seats, and they're like
dog.
Yeah, I know.
But I do think that they could have played anywhere.
I think they cater to their money making teams in a way. They need a good product on the fucking field, so they need that.
Damn, I would have loved to see that game, though.
I know, that would have been fun.
That is what, yeah.
But it wouldn't have been a good product. They have risk of losing fucking Allen again, because of the cold. It's not like what they want.
They got enough manpower to get rid of that fucking snow, huh?
They do.
Then they can combat God.
They are.
Huh?
They're pretty fucking powerful, bro. They can get shit done when they want to get shit done.
I don't know why motherfuckers just don't melt. Why they don't have heating systems in those stadiums where it just doesn't last.
Yeah, it doesn't stick.
Just in general, where they can heat up that stadium in a certain way, like solar power, all the shit they can fucking do. I'm just wondering why they can't heat, stadiums to where it just doesn't.
Well, talk about stadiums. You see, Jacksonville Jaguars just got fined.
For what?
Rodents and
that's the old stadium, huh?
And a bunch of animal droppings all over the stadium. Two or three of the concession stands had live rodents in it chilling. Yeah,
Jacksonville, man.
Dirty gnarly.
Yeah, Jacksonville. Shout out to
Trevor Lawrence.
Duval.
No.
Shout out to Duval. Yeah, D.
Cleveland at Buffalo in Detroit. Cleveland's not been very good. Defense has been ass.
I would take Buffalo for sure.
Buffalo, me too. Philly at Indy. I'm taking Indy. I think Philly loses back to back.
Saturday?
I think they lose back to back. You got Matt Ryan back in there.
Jeff Saturday put Matt Ryan back.
Yeah. And Matt was dealing with injury and he was just now eligible to come back, so it's partially that too. But Jonathan Taylor's running again. I'm taking Indy on that one. Taking Philly.
Absolutely.
Jets at New England.
Roll with solid, bro. I'm gonna roll with solid. It's hard for me to do it because it's a rivalry, but I'm gonna roll with solid.
I'm gonna take Patriots. Get it for them. Los Angeles Rams at New Orleans Saints.
Taking the Rams.
They are terrible. But the Saints have been really bad too.
Yep.
They've both been really bad. All right.
You put Jameis Winston anywhere in the pot of that gumbo, it's gonna be all bad.
Yeah, I don't think Jameis is playing. Detroit at New York Giants.
Obviously.
Yes. Detroit at away from Ford Field.
I got Giants.
Me too. Giants are
Giants
7-2 or something,
bro.
right?
They on fire.
They are. But are they real? No.
Why would you say that? I'm glad you said that.
You trust Danny Dimes to beat somebody in the playoffs? I don't. That's what it's going to come down to. If he can beat somebody in the playoffs.
Damn.
I don't think he's going to beat Philly in the playoffs. I don't think he can beat Cowboys.
You often say shit that I don't want to say that is on my mind, right?
That's what I'm here for.
Wow. I want to see. I think the NFL is cool. It's great when we have those major market teams really firing off like that.
I agree.
I like Philly. I like when Philly's in the mix because it's always like Philly's that hard, Philly, that hard town Rocky town. You got Meek Mill coming out there. Hold on, wait a minute, nigga, throw a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the shit, right? And I love to see when the Giants is doing well, when Philly's doing well, when Green Bay's doing well, when San Fran. It just seems like those markets bring the best out of everybody. But why do you think that the Giants are not a real contender?
Their defense doesn't scare me that much. You stop the run game, they don't have a wide receiver really. Danny Dimes isn't somebody that puts fear into somebody. Like, you know, when you're going up in the AFC Championship or AFC Wild Card and you're going up against Mahomes, that's going to strike fear in your team a little bit. That's going to be like, fuck, we're going up against Mahomes. That I don't get that same feel with Daniel Jones. And not to say that he's a bad quarterback, but I don't think that he is. I don't think he beats Philly in the playoffs. I don't think he beats the Niners in the playoffs.
Well, I'll say this. I'll say that I think these guys are gaining great momentum when it comes to Saquon Barkley. I watched him mic'd up, and I didn't know he was such a vocal interface with their offense is. I didn't know that at all. And so, you know, he's inspiring the whole team, and I just think they're playing on a very inspired level.
It's kind of funny how that division goes from shit like one of the worst ever last year or the year before to now one of the top ones. And it kind of sucks for the Giants because now that they have a good year, they got fucking Philly, hella good, the Cowboys are good. Yeah. That kind of sucks.
Well, I think they riding high. Bottom line, like sometimes, man, you know, I think they riding high, and I think that they playing well together as a team. Saquon is a fucking animal on his feet right now. I don't even think it's about a contract year for this kid. I just think he'd love to play this fucking game.
Would you be surprised if they lost to the Lions today? Would that surprise you?
Yeah,
That would surprise you.
yeah.
See, that doesn't surprise me.
It surprises me because I feel like at this point in the season, we should be all playing championship football.
Yeah,
At this season,
I agree.
that's why when I heard Aaron Rodgers say the other day, "Hey, we could run 6 at this point." If you haven't at this point, if you notice, a lot of teams start touching on championship football.
Right.
You know, there's been times when Green Bay you should, oh well, we'll figure it out, right? But leading into 10, 11, it should be you should know where you are and have it gauged out. And I think these guys have it a whole lot more figured out than we think they do.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because they are winning games. You know what I mean? So I'm just not gonna count them out. And I think you count them out because you don't have faith in this quarterback kid. That's why you count them out.
Mostly, yeah, but that's the most important position in sports. Let me see this real quick. Okay, so the Giants, they beat at Tennessee. That's a good win.
The analytics.
That's a good win.
All right.
They beat Carolina.
Okay.
They lost to Dallas. They beat Chicago. They beat Green Bay. They beat Baltimore. They beat Jacksonville.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that's terrible. I wouldn't say that's really good. I would say that's probably about middle of the road. You have teams like Chicago and Carolina, but you beat Aaron Rodgers.
Jackson was a hard team.
You beat Baltimore.
Jackson's a tough team. Baltimore's a tough team.
So, yeah, I mean, it's not blow your doors off schedule, but it's not cupcake either.
No.
It's right in the middle.
They ready to play.
They lost to
Seattle.
Seattle.
They ready to play championship football. I'm telling you.
They end the season in a gauntlet. They end the season Dallas, Washington, Philly, Washington, Minnesota, Indy, Philly. That's like all division games. They go Dallas, Washington, Philly, Washington, Minnesota, Indy, Philly. Tough. That's hard. They're
going to lose one of those DC games.
Yep, I would agree with that. And they probably could lose both to Philly. They haven't even played Philly yet.
Damn,
and Minnesota.
Who did that?
At Minnesota, too.
Who did that?
That
is terrible.
They might end the season. They might end the season 7-9.
That's a Vegas fix right there. If I ever seen
one,
that Vegas fix.
That sucks.
You playing DC twice, who was
in a 3-week span.
DC's playing strictly off of fucking heart.
3-week span they played DC.
DC's playing strictly off of just heart, dog. And then you go to Philly
twice. Or they play Philly twice. They play at Minnesota. They still got to play Cowboys. That's tough.
Let's see what they do.
Yep. Carolina at Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah, right. Baltimore. What's funny though is Carolina has like an astonishing amount of more rushing yards that Christian McCaffrey left. Now that they're like running the shit out of the ball. It's kind of funny. Don't really know what it means, but kind of odd.
Christian McCaffrey leaving. It's tragic.
Baltimore, we both take Baltimore. All right. Yep. DC, Washington at Houston Texans.
I'm taking Commanders all the way.
Because they're riding high off that last win. Yeah. Me too.
And they're just playing, man. I've been watching them. They want to win. They want to win football. It's not. It's pretty disciplined football. And listen, I don't mind watching. I don't mind seeing a team lose if they playing, man.
And they're 5-5,
right?
So they're not out of any playoff mix at all, right? Like they can,
I don't think this is their playoff year.
I don't agree.
I think when they get old boy back, Chase comes back. I think he's going to play he brings another element to the team, and I think they need one more.
They're only a game out of the wild card.
Big home run.
But that wild card team's San Francisco. So I don't know.
I think a whole lot's going to happen with that fucking last little bit of the Giants.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's going to
for everyone in that division.
100%. That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's gnarly.
that little schedule right there. That's terrible, man. You got DC twice, Philly twice.
Yep.
No,
at Minnesota.
Come on,
and
man.
Dallas.
I don't even know why you would do that.
And go to Indy. Like that's not easy either. All right, Las Vegas at Denver, divisional game.
Can we talk about
we got one quarterback crying after his loss, Derek Carr. We got the other one yelling out different audibles. I don't know. I feel like this is a game that Denver wins and Vegas kicks himself in the ass somehow.
At the
But I don't know what there is to understand in this situation with these two teams. Denver does have like the number one defense in the league. We got that. Patrick Surtain is balling his ass off. Chubb's gone. Chubb's with the Dolphins.
Oh, that's right. He left, huh?
Yep. But they're still having the ball all year. Like their defense is still number one. Vegas is a number one in anything, except for. Did you see what they can't fire McDaniels because they don't have enough money to pay him out and hire a new coach? Like they don't have enough cash.
Ooh,
The Raiders. They don't have enough cash.
They want to fire McDaniels. They want to fire him.
Well, they're not happy with it, but they came out saying we can't pay off his contract and then hire a new one. We don't have the money.
Lying like hell.
That's what the report is. They're broke as.
Have you seen that stadium?
Yeah, that's why they're fucking broke right now. They got to wait a couple years to get their money back.
So have you seen it?
I mean, just on video. No, I haven't seen it.
Have you been beside it?
No.
It's insane.
I bet. I'm sure that shit's off the chain.
It looks like a real spaceship. I haven't been in there yet, but I've been in the parking lot. Like I don't know, like it's right there. Like, you know, when you leave the airport and you're going to your hotel or whatever and shit, it's right there. So I told the dude, I was like, yo, fuck that, go over there. You know, it's like a weekday. And I went, it was just like, it's amazing. And yeah, they spent a lot of money, but this motherfucker's got money.
Oh yeah.
Listen, bro, they grossing something like $30 million a Sunday, bro. They got money. They can pay this guy. It's just everybody wants to wait till the first quarter when the returns come in, right?
Yeah.
And they can't do it right now. And he says, listen, we're a shit team anyway. What do you think about this quarterback?
Do you think this is Carr's last year with the Raiders?
Listen, if it is, I have listen. What Kanye say, DEFCON? I want DEFCON on somebody, dog, because they took Vontae from me. And I can't watch a Taco Bell commercial without tearing up just a little bit. Every time I see him, mother son, they took him from me. Huh?
You're going through all the stages of emotion too. Because at the beginning, you're mad. You're like, he ain't gonna do shit over there.
And now this.
And Aaron Rodgers, he's gonna see the grass wasn't greener, and it's not. But neither was the grass.
It's not green on either side.
Yeah, the grass died on the side he was on too.
I think this is worse for him though. I think it's worse for Vontae because listen, what's going to happen? What's going to happen once you get out there? Does Aaron Rodgers
leave Green Bay
and go to?
Is it really worse for Devontae though?
Of course.
He got signed to a contract that the Packers weren't giving him. He's in Vegas. He's going to play in the fucking Green Bay cold. I don't know that it's knowing that the if the Packers would be the same place if he was still in the Packers. I don't think that he's got it worse. Dude's in Vegas, nice weather, with a fat-ass contract with Nevada taxes.
Listen, doggy. That guy wants to win games. Bottom line. And listen.
And he wouldn't have left.
Listen, no. When you're used to something, and that shit ain't happening right now, it's frustrating as fuck. Listen.
Yeah, of course he wants to win.
I will never forget the first game that we lost to Wake Forest. I remember how upset I was because I didn't come from a lot of fuckery. It came to winning, and so really, the guys in the locker room kind of like, I was like, what the fuck you mean? We lost. You don't feel this? He was like, well, yeah, we lost. I was like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Right? And that's exactly what he's experiencing right now. That's what he's experiencing in fucking in Vegas.
Well, not from his quarterback, because his quarterback's crying.
No, listen. I believe Derek Carr wants to do well.
I do too. I like Derek Carr.
I don't believe there's anything that's lack of him in any way. He's not going over here doing this or that. I believe he's truly training, and I believe it is what it is. Football is a hard fucking sport. And as a man, I've learned a lot about football in my own personal life because of the same difficulties that man has to step up there and speak on every week. You know what I'm saying? He has to get up there and talk. And the frustration just spills out every time because it's like, yo, I want to play well.
They just don't give quarterbacks a lot of room for this. Like, they cut ties pretty quickly.
I don't think the entire environment is good, number one, for the Raiders. I think that how that whole team came together after John Gruden, I don't think that's ever been anything. You had dumbass running around, grandmama on free, Antonio Brown. Grandma, I'm a free grandmama. If I never see that motherfucker again. Listen, Antonio Brown is an embarrassment to black folks. Fuck what you heard, bro.
Damn.
And I don't do this. I don't, but listen. Who can make us look like this guy is just an embarrassment. I'm sorry, dog. He's an asshole. He does not represent us. I don't even know how I got here. I just don't like. I just look at a person who says, "How much more can I disgrace my people by acting like an asshole?" Took your pads off in a football game, bro, and threw them and walked off the field and waved the crowd. You would never play another game in this league. But yes, him too. He has plagued that team. Them saying that they wanted Tom Brady instead of the boy. Yeah. What an asshole move on Tom Brady's part. But you have so many different elements that don't equal up to focus football over there. You have so many injuries over there. There's no way that thing is going to be better. So you get a better coach in there, a better coach. You ain't going to see it. And that's why they don't have the money. They got tons of fucking money. He just knows this shit is jacked up.
Is he taking Denver?
No.
Taking Vegas?
I'm not even going to watch that game, but yeah, I'm taking Vegas.
I'm going to take Denver.
I take that back. I take Denver. Shout out to Ian, bro.
Shout out to you.
My bro.
Dallas at Minnesota. One of the better games of the weekend.
What time was that?
1 or 1:30.
Oh, God, listen.
Second half game.
Who you got, boy? That's going to be good.
Good offense versus good defense. And Cowboys got good offense too, but I don't know.
Listen, let me tell you something. There was about 2 years in a row I thought my wife was having an affair. 2 years in a row.
Okay.
And yeah. Then we Dalvin Cook. Okay.
I think you did that.
All right.
Dalvin.
So my wife kept getting Dalvin Cook on her fantasy football team, but it was the way she was doing it though. Like she was like he was the first person she was picking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I went through her Instagram. I said, let me check up on this bullshit. I don't know if motherfucker Dalvin done crept up in, but listen, what I'm saying is don't doubt Dalvin Cook. Run with this guy. He's in rare form. That offense is in rare form. Yeah. That defense ain't no slouch. I don't like Cousins, but let me tell you something. They playing, bro.
They are playing.
They are playing, bro. And listen, whoever that coach is coaching.
Yeah, that's the Rams offensive coordinator from last year.
I'm telling you, we're seeing some cool shit, and
They built to make a run in the playoffs?
Yep. Yes, yep.
Their defense is good too. I'll give them their defense is good.
The DBs.
Yeah.
Solid.
The linebackers they got Kendricks, a really good linebacker.
I'm trying to tell you, man. They're stacked at every level.
They're one of the teams that are kind of like Green Bay though, that always lose to the Niners.
Yeah.
Historically.
But I'm glad you said that. But right now, they're playing like a Green Bay team of last year.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing like Green Bay. The way Green Bay is known to play, that's how Minnesota's playing right now. They're really doing a really good job on offense. They're really doing a good job of fucking pre-snap read. This guy's doing. They're doing a really good job.
Justin Jefferson was going insane.
Listen.
That dude's balling.
Listen.
Apparently, before his catch on Sunday, Cousins said, "Hey, this next play, I'm just throwing it up to you. Need you to make a play. I'm tossing it up. Make a play, please." And he fucking did. At first, it looked like an interception. Then they watched a replay, and it wasn't. It came down to him. That shit was
freaking nature, bro. How he pulled that ball in. His strength. The strength.
And the DB had the great positioning. Yeah, like that shit was right in front of him.
Listen, bro. I was telling myself when I saw that, I was like, yo, I want to go train with some NFL guys. And I'm gonna shout out to I'm gonna reach out to my boy Willis McGahee and see if I can get down to Miami to the youth and get in there and train. I've been down there once before and worked out down there. Really, really fucking cool. But I want to know what these guys are doing strength and conditioning wise, man, because I want to know because, I remember when the toe touch came in and that was the thing. And we were really starting to practice that back when I was playing. That was quite some time ago. And now I just look at the toe touch and it's nothing now.
Right.
It's such second.
Just standard play.
Yeah. And now the one-hand catch, but now the degree of how, the guy had the ball in his hands. And this guy just literally pushes this shit out. And then the guy from Notre Dame last week, like what kind of hand grip strength are you seeing?
Yeah, what kind of technology they got?
I got to know because it's amazing, man. We're seeing, that game was just two dope-ass wide receivers, two dope-ass quarterbacks saying, yo, let's go.
Yep.
Let's see what's up. Let's get a fan. That was a good fan game the other night.
Big time.
To them, man. Fuck.
So you're on Minnesota beating Dallas?
I don't know, man. What you got?
Minnesota's home. I usually would take them. The only thing I could see is they put a lot of effort into that Buffalo game. And Dallas coming and kind of snipe one from them. I can see that. It wouldn't shock me.
Fuck it, I'm going Minnesota.
But I'm going Minnesota. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got them earlier in the season for week 1. Pittsburgh won. In Cincy.
We got one more week on our boy.
No, It's got a while. Chase? He's got like 2 or 3 more.
How long was he out?
4 to 6.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I got I'm gonna take the Bengals.
Me too.
What's the record of Pittsburgh right now?
I think they have a losing record, but
it's time to pull it out there.
3-6 now. They don't have a quarterback to do it. Najee Harris isn't playing what he should be, but the
ticket completely done.
I don't know that he's done, but he's too raw and rough around the edges.
You think it's that division?
It doesn't help at all. That division's hard. Division's always known as being hard. The division always plays tough fucking football. So hard to say. I wanted back to that Rams game. Cup out for the season. That's tough.
What?
Broke ankle. Had surgery on his ankle, and he was 50% of the usage in that offense.
Well, wait a minute. Where's my Rams pick?
We took Rams.
Oh, no.
Switching that?
You never said that.
Well, I forgot about it.
Thank you. I'm not picking Rams now.
You taking New Orleans?
Hell yeah, because he ain't got shit else but Cooper Kupp. That's all he does. Who else is going to throw the ball to? Odell Beckham?
Hey, no, Rams ain't on Odell's list.
Odell Beckham? Who is on Odell's list?
Odell's hurt by the Rams. He's disrespected. Cowboys, Niners, Bills, Chiefs, and Giants. Niners don't have room for him. As much as I would like them, they don't have room for him. Cowboys would be good.
Bills ain't got room for him.
Bills don't really have room for him.
They're going to pay Gates.
Yeah. Chiefs do, I guess.
They got to pay Gates.
Speaking of that, Kansas City at Chargers. Good divisional game. This is a Sunday night game.
I want to stay on Odell.
Okay. I'm a
fanboy. I'm a fanboy.
He's supposed to be picking by next week. End of next week is when he's picking his team. Niners don't have room for him. So
Odell. Green Bay, brother. Green Bay's the place to be,
he wants
Odell.
to go to win. He wants to win a Super Bowl. The only team he's going to is the chance to win a Super Bowl.
Green Bay will be back next year. Actually, I think we should blow the whole team up, but anyway. I do. Fuck it. I just rather get
Come to Green Bay. We're gonna blow it up.
No, don't come to Green Bay, Odell. Odell, I think if he really wants to be something, I think that he should go to.
I go to Kansas City.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't go to Kansas City. I would definitely go to the Cowboys.
I would rather want to play with Mahomes than Dak for my legacy.
I think a wide receiver like Odell Beckham makes it easy for wide receiver for quarterback. I think he does.
Yeah, of course. And they could use him in Dallas.
I think he's just gonna move around a little bit different. I think they're using different schemes. I think Mike McCarthy is the way. His schemes that he dials up, I think it'd be something really made just for him, kind of like he did with Randall Cobb and some of those other guys back when they were with Green Bay. I think that he can really scheme Odell Beckham in the proper way.
And who's their offensive coordinator? Kellen Moore?
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I think he can scheme that guy really well, and what they have, it can be a really good mix, and he can really and also too, like when you've always had these people in Dallas who've always been kind of novelty. I don't know if you remember the Green. We had a great kick returner years back. It was like a Hall of Fame kick returner, and he lined up at wide receiver occasionally. Oh, what was his name? He was like the
on Kansas City.
Yeah, he was
Priest Holmes.
No, from Dallas. He was from Miami. Anyway, I just think that the way they can use him, they can really use.
Well, I would say that as far as getting the most out of his stats and potential, Dallas makes the most sense because Kansas City has a lot of different options.
Well, I look at star power and everything though. I feel like he probably only has 3 or 4 years left in his career, and I feel like he's just pop culture icon. And I feel like in Dallas, I think that it will be that more of a Deion Sanders vibe than it will be a Terrell Owens vibe. You know what I mean? Like he really brings a pop culture element to any team that he plays for, which means more people, more butts in the seats, more jerseys sold, more Odell Beckham cups at the concession stand.
But is that his best chance to win a Super Bowl?
Listen, I don't know if you're really striving for a Super Bowl at this point, because Super Bowls aren't really realistic. I mean, Jeffrey, only you think that the San Francisco 49ers should go to the Super Bowl.
No.
Every year.
Oh my God, that's so much bullshit.
Year. That's why you don't like the Garoppolo boy, because you feel like you guys are just supposed to win, and if he can't do it, then it ain't right.
I don't think
Jeffrey. Everybody's not going to the Super Bowl. Bro.
I understand that, but that's what he's picking in his career right now. That's what the teams are on his list are all winning teams.
Yeah, I don't think he's really going. I don't really think. I think yes, he is. He's saying that shit. But is he going to go to Buffalo and be cold as fuck? No. Is Buffalo sexy? No, ain't nothing sexy about Buffalo.
Of course.
Okay,
that's
you want to go to
impactful.
Kansas City and have to share the ball with 30 other people? No.
Yeah, listen, I might get that, but
listen, he can walk right into Dallas, mega star. They're going to treat him like a god. He's going to sell a fuck ton of jerseys. They're going to be a bunch of blonde-haired kids running around left and right. That's what's going to happen if he goes to Dallas. It's just a perfect market for him. And yes, Jerry Jones is going to find a person to put around that kid to make sure that they win a Super Bowl. It's going to happen. I just don't think that Dak Prescott is the guy. I don't think that he's ever been the guy. I think they found themselves in a really cool place where what's his name? 88.
Yeah, Des Bryant.
Des Bryant. I think he ran into 2 good seasons, and that was it.
Yeah.
Bottom line, bro, like at the end of the day, like this shit is not easy to just win a Super Bowl. So I think for some people, just like him, he's more of a fixture. He's more of an icon than he is anything else. Get your money. Get your bag. Y'all fuck around and go to a couple. Listen, this guy's about getting his money. Everything about him is about marketing, about him. He's loved everywhere. I think this kid can be a big splash down in Dallas, and I don't think it'll be that way anywhere else.
Not even back in the Giants?
I mean, you just told me yourself you didn't think that Dink and Dunk.
I don't, but if you wanted to talk,
what the fuck you call him? I didn't remember the name.
Danny Dime. That's his nickname. I didn't come up with that shit. But no, but like take away. I'm not talking Super Bowl anymore. Like market
Market
and
all that.
and
I mean, but does he have the better chance with the Giants with Dallas? You think he has a better chance with Dallas?
Yes, than Giants. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if it was me, and I was thinking about, yes, I love that New York market. I always say, yo, if I get a chance to play in the league, I want to play for the Jets. I didn't think about it back then about cold weather, that I hate cold, but yeah, but back then, I loved Jets. I played for the Clinton Jets, and I wanted to be a Jet. So, and then that market was always exciting. But no, I don't think that. If he goes back, let me ask you this: where do you think Danny Dimes ranks right now amongst the elite quarterbacks in the NFL?
If I would,
then I'll have another question for you.
I'd probably put him at number like 15 to 20, somewhere in there.
Where do you put Dak Prescott?
15 to 20.
Ooh.
10 to 15. Maybe
really?
You might have him by a tad.
Okay.
Dak could be 10 to 15, and Danny Dimes be 15 to 20.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. I like Dak more than Danny Dimes, but I don't know that Dak's the answer either.
Would you say it will be better because of Saquon? You think that there'll be a better chemistry with Saquon? Because I don't know what the fuck the Dallas offense is doing right now. I don't have a clue. Would you think they'll be better with the combination of him and Saquon?
I think it would still be better in Dallas because they have a decent running game and they have CD Lamb. So it helps them a little bit.
So let's say they're breaking it down to those two. That's probably what it is. He's not going.
I could see him going to the Kansas City.
Why?
Because if he really wants a Super Bowl chance, that's one of the better spots. And it's not, and it might not be the best market, but that team is a good market. That team is exciting, But they don't have a ton of room, right? And the Niners definitely don't have any room.
How long is Mikael Hardman on? You know?
He's on the IR, so it's at least 4 weeks. So I don't know when he started that. Have a couple more weeks left, but Tony's starting to get into the mix. He had a touchdown last week. Kadarius, their new addition from the Giants.
I do not want him on that team. It's not sexy, man.
It's not.
It's not gonna make football better for me. I think him and that goddamn that
star.
Oh my God!
I can see that. I can see that being.
You know how he's gonna do it. You know he's gonna be fly. It's gonna come on, man. That's what we want. Listen, who didn't love to see Prime step out there, man?
Yeah, you're right.
That's what we're looking for. We want that back, man. Yeah. Anyway, who's up?
Kansas City, Sunday night game. Kansas City at Chargers.
I'll take Kansas City. I don't know what the fuck the Chargers are doing.
Me either.
They got a whole bunch of everything.
And a lot of nothing.
Keenan, is the wide receiver still out?
I think Keenan Allen's playing this weekend.
He's playing?
At home, if I'm not lost.
I'll take San Diego. Fuck it. I'll shake it up. There you go.
But good game. I think Kansas City already beat them earlier in the year on that Thursday night game.
Okay.
27-14, 27-21, somewhere around there.
Okay.
27-17 maybe. Monday night game, Mexico City. Niners at Arizona in Mexico City.
In the low, light it up.
They're looking at Ticketmaster stated 80% Niner fans buying tickets. So it should be a lot of red for the Niners. Kyler Murray's game time decision.
Oh, I'm saying Niners. We need that. Yeah, I don't even know all that shit.
These are the games the Niners cannot afford to lose if they want to make a run in the playoffs. Last game was the same. They did not need to lose to the Chargers. They had to beat the Chargers. That was a game they needed to win if they wanted to be considered a real playoff caliber team. Jimmy G has this crazy stat. He's like 13-0, 13-2 when he doesn't throw touchdown passes. It's unreal of a stat, and he didn't have a touchdown pass against the Chargers. Defense came really settled in. Division game, always pretty close. Colt McCoy has beaten the Niners before if he is end up the quarterback that's going to start. He's beaten a good Niners team last year or the year before. So he's sneaky. He's sneaky. Kyler Murray is, game time decision. So is DeAndre Hopkins. They're both game time decisions.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Niners all the way. I got the Niners going to Super Bowl. I had the Niners going all the way to the fucking Super Bowl.
Who are they beat in the NFC Championship? Eagles.
Yep.
Minnesota.
Eagles. I got them letting out the Eagles. They going for sure. I see that happening with the Eagles. What about give me your top 5 basketball players of all time, Joe. Top 5.
Not in any order. Now, are you talking like my favorite? Or are you talking stats? Or are you talking like how you want me to break this down? My top 5?
Who do you suggest the top 5 of all time?
You have to put Michael in it. I think you have to put LeBron in it. I think you have to put Magic Johnson in it. I think you have to put Steph Curry in it. 4.
Damn. Okay.
And my 5th.
We're going to start from top. Where you go first? Michael's first.
Jordan.
But no order.
No order, because I don't know. Jordan.
All right.
LeBron. Magic Johnson. Steph Curry. And I like Allen Iverson maybe. But my 5th is a tough one for me. That was in there. I just don't know my 5th. I guess Allen Iverson. I guess, or Kobe. I could put Kobe in there instead of Allen Iverson. Probably Kobe.
How fast do you forget Kobe Bryant?
Over here on the West Coast, I don't think they'll ever be forgotten.
I just don't think he's relevant.
I don't. I don't know how you can say that.
Oh shit.
He's top 10 all time.
No,
everybody's list.
Nobody thinks about Kobe anymore. It's just done. It's kind of one of those things where it's just like, all right, you didn't do much. Kobe didn't really do anything for. He just wasn't like his shoes weren't all that. His shoes were okay. I didn't even like them at all. But listen, I like Kobe Bryant. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it misconstrued. I just don't think that he had done enough in general outside of
basketball.
Yeah, like I'm just about anything. Like I'm not about activism and all that shit. Like his shoes weren't great. He kind of stayed to himself. I think he was very kind of an insecure kind of guy. Not from a standpoint of just like being an asshole or anything. Just like I think he just kind of had to protect himself in a certain kind of manner, not to disrespect the late great, But so yeah, I listen to a lot of people's lists, and I ask guys that shit all the time, and everybody just gets right on Kobe Bryant. Everybody that I've been asking the same question. Hey, what's about your list? And it's like, yeah, I got it. And listen, what's funny is that I've asked 5 men, and everybody's thrown out announcing in there over Kobe Bryant. So no, I just wanted to know, definitely. But salute to us.
Yep. Episode 11. Catch us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Dank Dad Sportscast.
What you got today, Jeff?
Go home, watch some football. Niners don't play today, so kind of frees up my day a little bit more than normal. Usually I got to be in front of the TV for the Niners for sure, but definitely go watch some football. I got some fantasy stuff that's going down.
How's your fantasy going?
My fantasy's doing really well. Out of my 3 teams, I'm in first place out of 2.
How's your father's fantasy going?
He's really good in one and not so good in the other. I don't know how he's so good in the one because I just don't.
You hate on your dad a lot. I get it. It's okay.
No, in fantasy, it's kind of cutthroat.
You're
with
just
him and I.
Hating ass son is what you are.
In fantasy, between us, cutthroat.
He little boy you are.
He comes for blood in fantasy. He doesn't fuck around, so I have to keep that same energy.
I see the way you guys do your draft.
I have to keep that.
It's very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, and now thank you for bringing that up.
Come
Perfect
on.
timing to
Come
end
on
on
with it.
top.
What's going on over there?
Remember that yelling match we were having
Yes, I
over
do.
fucking Russell Wilson?
Oh my God, you're right.
Yes, it was over Russell Wilson. Okay, that's all.
Button, give it to your father. Hey, salute we the Dank, man. We are out.
Yeah, everyone have a happy Thanksgiving. We got some football on that Thursday.
When is Thanksgiving, bro?
Next Thursday.
Okie dokie, there it is.
Let's hold on real quick before we
doing?
jam out of here. I just want to. We got Bills, Lions, Giants, Cowboys, Patriots, Vikings on Thanksgiving. We'll be touching on those that Sunday, but we'll have 3 games already done before our next show. So looks like it's going to be a fun Thursday. Got some good games, but yeah, we are the Dank Dads. Catch us next week, Sunday, 8 a.m. I hope everyone has a good Thanksgiving. Kiss your family.
How many episodes is this stuff, Jeffrey?
This is 11. That's 4 months.
Yo, shout out to Global Goods. That's our new partner, Global
3 months.
Goods. And we got a new sneaker podcast coming in the next couple of weeks. We're going to do some sneaker reviews. We're going to get into some clothing shit, on some fly shit, some Dank Dad shit. And we're bringing in Global Goods, man. These guys are incredible entrepreneurial business owners who have a great business here in Reno. Global Goods off of Keystone. Do we have that?
Keystone and 5th.
Keystone and 5th in the shopping center. If you around here, you know where it's at.
Yeah.
I'm going to get all the correct details to these guys, but that's our partner, man. And shout out to them dudes for we're going to lead the way, man. We're going to take this city over. This is mine. The city is mine. Number one sports podcast in the city is ours.
It's going to be ours, absolutely.
No, it already is.
It already is.
What?
You're right.
We think that we out. Holla.